Hi everybody, this is Crafty Queen, aka Cami. I am just starting my new YouTube channel. This is it. It's going to be called Crafty Queen Talks Mental Health Recovery. I want to highlight how arts and crafts, any kind of art, that means music, painting, drawing, dancing, singing. I work with resin, I do wire wrapping, I work with Ecopore, which is a lot like plaster, but it's a little stronger. I just started doing that. The whole point of all this is to help break the stigma of mental health issues as well as addiction issues. The fact that doing something productive with your time, doing something that makes you feel good, doing something that helps you to relax, doing something that helps you participate in life in another way, in a positive way, and how we can help each other with this. The stigmas are strong, this is true, and we fight them every day. I myself am a recovering addict. I have a little over 11 years clean. I haven't had a drink since 2010, but completely clean since 2014. I'll talk a little bit about my history as time goes on, but today this is just the introduction. I'm going to show a few pictures of some things that I've made, and I've got a lot of ideas. So my plan for this channel is, again, to help minimize and help fight the stigma against mental health illness and drug addiction, and also how they tend to go together. When you have something that's stressing you out, or something, say you are hearing voices, say you are up and down emotionally and you got paranoia, what are you going to do? You know, a lot of people turn to drugs and alcohol. A lot of people are raised around it to think that it's totally normal, and that's not their fault. You know, what is our responsibility is taking care of ourselves, and I'm going to do some intros on those kinds of things. I'll just be talking about my own personal experience. I have been diagnosed bipolar 2, PTSD, and suicidal ideation. And I don't talk very openly about that part because, again, there's a stigma about it, and people worry, people judge, but I mean, it's out there now, isn't it? It's going to be on YouTube. So yeah. I hope everybody enjoys this channel as time goes on. I'm going to be doing interviews down the road. I'm going to be showing the crafts that I do and how I do them, the things that I've learned through trial and error. I've learned a lot just from watching YouTube videos in general. I mean, I started wire wrapping a couple years ago, and I learned a lot off the YouTube. I took classes from a woman who owns a little shop. It's not really a consignment shop, but she sells knickknacks, she sells crystals, rocks, beads. She also teaches classes once a week. So I got started doing it then. You know, it's just something to keep my mind occupied and keep me calm, keep me relaxed, not thinking about the stressors of the day. You know, when I sit down to make something, I listen to my music that calms me. That's usually Santana, Carlos Santana. Actually, sometimes Tech 9. And also just a whole bunch of different music I listen to. In my 51 years, I've done more in the last almost 3 years than I have ever. New experiences, things I never thought I would get to do, traveling I never thought I would get to do. You know, I got a job after college, and I finally got a job that I love. You know, it's helping people with their mental health issues, with addiction issues. You know, I can share my own experience with some people I don't. You know, you just gotta check the temperature of the relationship, and there's things that, you know, with your clients, with our clients, you just don't want to share. You know, you just don't want to share with them. That's just a fact. That's just how the safest way to do it, you know. So that's what I try and do, is practice discreetness, and we'll see how this goes. I'm excited. I'm excited to try something new. I'm excited to share what I've learned and how it changes my life. You know, every day, every time I make something, every time I make something and give it to a friend or a family member, they're always appreciative. I have sold some things. Not a lot, not a little, you know, somewhere in between. I've done some holiday bazaars. It just depends on what people are looking for, you know, and it just, you never know how it's going to go. But, you know, I just try new things. I try not to be afraid of new things. I try not to live in fear. But also, you have to be careful with being impulsive about things. You know, impulsive about shopping or eating, or just, there's so many other aspects of it. But I definitely want to get into all that as time goes by with this channel. And I hope that this helps people. That's my main objective, to have fun, to show how these kinds of things can work together for the good. And I just hope that you guys like it. Thanks.